As of 2008, 1,180,000 people use personal watercrafts in the United States. Back in 1793, Lowell's Boat Shop was founded by Simeon Lowell. Lowell's Boat Shop has provided boats not only for Massachusetts but has expanded sales worldwide ever since. The dory design, originally known as the wherry design, was created by Simeon Lowell in the 1840s. The design was a very economical and simple idea for many fishermen of Gloucester as well as the fishermen along the eastern seaboard. The design of the boat consists of a flat bottom, a pointed front, and a pointed back, allowing it to easily maneuver through the waves. The design was great for fishermen because the more fishing equipment it held, the more stability it had. Its capability of holding up to 4,000 pounds of fish, as well as its ease to handle, made the dory one of the best boats of its size. The dory boats are small, about 15 to 23 feet in length, but they were cheap, and because it is a lightweight and a shallow draft boat, it fits well in the commercial fishing industry. Schooners, or large, yacht-like boats, held anywhere from 12 to 24 dories on their decks because fishermen seem to have more success when using the dories away from the schooner. The design was made very available to the fishermen of Gloucester and Cape Ann that it became very successful. As many as 12 to 14 designs of the dory have been created since the original. The original dory was known as the Sailing Surf or Swampscott dory, while other dories included the Banks dory, Surf dory, and Skiff dory. The Banks dory was made especially for fishermen on the banks and could hold a heavy weight. Surf dories move exceptionally well through waves and are great for recreational rowing. There are variations of skiff dories where some are used in the open ocean while others are used for rowing. The updated designs allowed Lowell's Boat Shop to increase sales because of the options they gave the fishermen in their choice of dory. As the dories became better known and more popular, they were produced in large amounts. Hiram Lowell, the grandson of Simeon Lowell, developed a mass production of these simple boats, making them widely available along the coast. The dory industry was at such a high demand because fishing was a relatively inexpensive food source for families, and the dories were the best way to bring in the fish. In fact, soon before Lowell's Boat Shop was created, in 1782, during a town meeting, people instructed the town representative to make sure fishing rights were protected because the fishing industry was already so popular in New England. As the dories and boat building increased, though, the major shipbuilding industries of the schooners declined because dories were more successful. Hiram Lowell used the tradition of the regular dory boats, and his more efficient improvements streamlined the manufacturing business for his products. As a result to Lowell's great success, Lowell's Boat Shop became the leading and most profitable dory business in the late 19th century. The manufacturing began in Swampscott and the lumber was being shipped in from Maine. Success grew as the market for dories increased. The dory development affected the industry enormously in the first half of the 19th century. The idea of mass production was later studied by Henry Ford for his automobiles, and these two individuals became known as the fathers of industry because of the inexpensive and quick ways to produce their products and sell them to a demand-driven economy at the time. The dory design was built and developed here in Essex County, and the success grew from the state to the coast and eventually reached international success. The fishermen of Gloucester were the main consumers of this product during the early stages of its existence. Also, after the Civil War, recreational rowing began to appear at summer camps for children to learn how to row, and yacht clubs as well as rowing clubs started to become popular at the time. The copied design throughout the East Coast set up an economically vertical industry in boat manufacturing. Sales were best for Lowell's Boat Shop prior to 1976, and during the year of 1911, Hiram Lowell and his sons Frederick E. Lowell and Frederick A. Lowell brought Lowell's Boat Shops to its climax, constructing 2,029 boats, which made it the paramount dory manufacturer not only in the nation but worldwide. The industry reached its low, however, after the hit of the Great Depression, leaving few jobs and little demand for the industry, and by 1942 only 4 boat shops remained. Sales recovered and stayed relatively high in the early 1950s as they made and sold around 1,250 to 1,260 boats per year, while sales in the last half of the 1950s dipped into the range of 800 boats per year. In 1975, only 18 boats were sold, which were the worst sales in the 20th century. Their sales as recent as 1985 are around 35 to 60 boats, and nearly all of them are utilized for recreation. There was so much demand for the product back in the 1950s that 10 to 12 more boat shops were built along the eastern seaboard because all of the fishermen used it for their jobs every day. No other type of water transportation has set itself apart from the original dory design. The design was especially popular at the time, not only for fishermen, but for everyone because it was the first main source of water transportation. The dory was a continuation of a revolutionary process where new ideas and inventions were being created, and it seems no other type of boat has strayed too far from that original pattern. The original pattern sold for a mere $14 prior to World War I, and that same 18-foot dory is worth a stunning $2,400 today. Lowell's Boat Shop still makes and uses original dory design for the boats they sell and haven't used anything else or moved its location from Amesbury, Massachusetts since it opened back in 1793. All of the designs and patterns are still applicable to the construction of boats used today, and Lowell's Boat Shop will remain the birthplace to the extraordinary dory design.